Well, I want to make this video to all the decision makers out there. Let me just turn down the heat a little bit. Just out putting my day in, out doing some snow plowing, being a productive part of society. Hey, doing my part, and paying it forward, and coming up with some ideas that would help people better understand the road I took, the road to the self-destruction and addictions. And I was thinking this little scenario there that it was like jumping out of a plane. I have a parachute, a safety suit, and the safety or the parachute is appropriate rehabilitation, rehab, or what I like most is the P&P center in the States. It's a diagnostic center. Really, I believe, is if society wants to do better and make things better to really help everyone, is have a state-of-the-art diagnostic center that has psychiatrists, neurologists, brain imaging, all the different stages going down the line to, perhaps even finding homes and, getting your teeth fixed, and for people to help move on and go forward in their life. But so I'm falling at the start of my addiction, jumping out of the plane, experimenting with drugs and alcohol, and I started to glide. I was gliding through the air for many years. I'm gliding through, and then it become I had a lot of issues and problems and undiagnosed underlying, chemical disorder and all this other stuff. Anyway, I chose to use alcohol as a primary, cocaine, but alcohol primary for addiction for putting aside my underlying issues. Anyway, instead of gliding, I started getting closer to the ground. So I had to start flapping, start getting some air, flapping my arms and getting through life, and but barely surviving, getting through, going to a 28-day program, another 10 days, 28, joining AA, doing this, doing that, but really not finding that underlying problem, that issue that was at the root of the drinking. The alcohol and drugs is the end result of other issues and problems in people's lives. Anyway, so going to pull that parachute, I had a hard time. There was nowhere to be found that would take me into immediate. You gotta have availability that's immediate, almost. Within days. Sure, we have the detox here and the withdrawal management center, but there's there's been, I don't know how many, 4 million or some darn thing building that. But I praise them, and that was a good job, and I thank God that came true. We need a P&P center like in the States, in Ottawa, be the state-of-the-art diagnostic center that would really get at the root of people's problems, and make a national computer base that keeps all this information that we know the people, we know what we understand, and we know ourselves and what we can do and how to help, and have that shared between the the institutions and the hospitals and what have you. It's still way behind. We're way behind in the computer technology that we could bring forth, and no one could hide under the system. And me, I was duplicating prescriptions myself, and I'll tell you, we may not be a large majority of society, but we set a lot of the rules. The thieves and the liars and the cheats and the what is it, 7% of all the detective security in malls and stuff like that is for 7% of the society. But we sure cause a big fuss, don't we? Anyway, I get closer to the ground. I'm running out of energy. My drinking is every day, drunk. I go to pull my chute, it won't come out. Getting closer to the ground, I'm giving up by this time. There's just too many barriers, too many roads up against, and I go down, and poof, all of a sudden the safety chute opens. I go, okay, what was that, And the safety chute is really, and all the detox, the safe injection sites, there's all kinds of different harm reduction programs out there, Suboxone and methadone, these are all that safety parachute that's pulled out for them, as a last result of just falling to that self-destruction and lost. We really need to step up our efforts and introduce a better system in helping others, and not only people with addiction and substance abuse, but trauma and post-traumatic stress. I mean, the list just goes on and on of the people we can help with a state-of-the-art diagnostic center. Take care, make those decisions.